All right, before we even begin, I just want to put out a really huge reminder that Howard the Duck, for some reason, isn't an extra large champion. Trust me, I would know. All right, what is going on, my dudes? So, yeah, the objective this week: extra large, Avenger, and Metal and God. Has to be Metal and God at the same time. I thought Howard the Duck was an extra large champion for obvious reasons. Turns out he's large, he's great for the fight. He doesn't work though. But as always, I do want to say that do not be pressured to solo this fight. You're going to be seeing a lot of solos on the internet. I spent an hour stream trying to get as many solos as I possibly could, but it doesn't even matter, man. I have revives in the overflow. I'm sure you do as well. Use the items. It does not matter. I say it every week. You hear me say it every week. Let's get into the fight today. So we have Havoc. Havoc in Eternity of Pain. Now, I feel like this guy is a lot scarier on paper than he is in reality. The notes here essentially are a passive heal block if you happen to run the Suicide Masteries. Hit his block 2 times in the very beginning of the fight. Poison and bleed, both gone, no penalty. Don't worry about that. Also, you can't control his power at all, so that makes it a little bit harder. Crumbling armor, standard against Havoc fights, right? When you dex with an armor up on, right, you get a precision, you're going to lose your armor up and get a true strike buff instead. So got to watch out for that. But when you parry, okay, when you parry, you're going to get an armor up buff. So what you want to do here against this guy is just keep pushing him to special 2, baiting his heavies, baiting his special 2s, and you can really do this fight, honestly, with pretty much anyone. So anybody in your roster who fits the objective, of course, within reason. You know, you don't want to use OG Hulk for Avenger and extra large. But I'm saying if you have anybody who realistically could do the fight, does some decent damage, right? Doesn't have high energy damage, you could do it with like anyone within reason. Anyone, that's a good idea. Within reason. Let me figure out how to write this. Anyone in reason. Yeah, so anybody in reason. That's like, you know, Captain America, Infinity War, not going to make the list, but yeah, he could totally work, you know, something like that. You know, Heimdall, if you have to use Heimdall for Metal and God, you don't have the other options, then yeah, it could work, okay? So let's get going, man. Number 9, throwing it to Immortal Hulk, our extra large friend. He was definitely good for the fight, man. I almost had the solo with him, but I messed up, took some plasma detonation at the end. But yeah, basically what you want to do with Hulk, of course, as always, you do want to go for like your special 2, special 1, special 1. I tried to do that 2 times before going full nuke mode in the Immortality, and you could definitely get this guy down. Gonna take some, you know, decent AI cooperation, some nice RNG, but you might have a good time. Up next is Angela. You know, Angela does have that armor up buff, but when she dexes, she'll lose it. But what's good about Angela, she can block parry those, you know, non-contact mediums of Havoc, which is definitely nice. Plus, you know, she has some solid damage as well. So Angela, not the best option for it in my opinion, but she does one of the 2 good options for Metal and God. Up next, Cole Obsidian, extra large, high damage, but what makes him so good is that he can actually parry those non-contact hits, just like Angela can, man, and he fits the extra large objective, one of the better options for it too. Plus, really big damage if you happen to have Cole ranked up. Take him out for a spin here, man. He does a really solid job. Up next, we have the only champion who fits 2 objectives on the list, in number 6, Hulkbuster. I don't like Hulkbuster for this fight, man. I feel like I don't think they're selling the 5-star champs in the store anymore. If they were, I feel like this is the champion they would sell because he fits 2 objectives. He fits Avenger and extra large. He does not fit Metal #God because he needs both of them. So a lot of people saying he fits all 3. He does not. He fits 2. But yeah, I did not like him for it. When I use Hulkbuster, I like that special 2 to power drain them, power burn them, but you can't manipulate Havoc's power here. Plus, you're going to be going for, you know, any heavy attack. You're going to put the shock on him, and you're going to be just taking all the plasma. And if you happen to dex, right, you're going to lose your armor up buff. I just did not like Hulkbuster for this fight at all. A lot of people in the chat said that they were able to do it with him. Was not my cup of tea. The only reason why he's so high on the list is because he does fit 2 objectives. You know, possible solo with him for sure. I think that, you know, he could definitely do it more realistically in like, you know, 1 to 2 revives because of just, you know, AI cooperation. Don't worry about the solo too much. If you wanted to get it done 2 and 1, Hulkbuster could be good. I just personally did not enjoy using him for the fight. Namor for Avenger. Namor was super fun for this if you have to, he has to be at like a max sig. So basically what you want to do here is if you hit his block, you purify his plasma. And when that happens, you take a big burst of damage. But you reflect that with Namor, so you put that damage back at him, which is definitely really fun to do. Plus, you can just reflect the actual plasma detonation, the 10 plasmas in general, which is always fun. So Namor definitely requires some timing and some finesse on it, but Namor is really solid for the fight if you're a good Namor player, if you're used to fighting Havoc with Namor. Back in the day, Namor was my #1 Havoc counter, man, so that was fun to go through that, mess around with that a little bit. I do have a rank 3 Sig 200 Namor. Up next, Warlock. Warlock, I did solo with Warlock, and he was really good for the fight. Basically, like I said, you want to just stay close to him, bait heavies, bait special 2s, go for your special 2, you know, make sure you keep your armor up buffs on. He only had 1 plasma detonation when I was fighting with Warlock, and just make sure you have your armor up buff on when that happens, and you're going to be good to go, man. Warlock, obviously great option for Havoc, even without the power control detonation. Okay, up next we have Apocalypse. I do believe that MSD uploaded an Apocalypse solo. Apocalypse I did not try myself, but I mean, like, you know, obviously he's going to work really well. He's extra large, he's decent for Havoc, you know, you can get the armor up buff by parrying. So yeah, Apoc for sure, really solid option. Number 2, Odin. Odin was really, really good, fits the Metal and God objective, easily the best option for that Paragon objective, no doubt about it. He's just so good for it, man. What I did was you know, heavy special 1, heavy special 3, special 2, then he was almost dead. Made my way back up to special 2, used it again, he was almost dead, and I did like a basic combo to finish it off. Odin just really, really solid for the fight, no doubt about it. Odin's been really good for a lot of Eternity of Pain stuff. He's really good for those like big health pool fights where you go in and it's like a one and done fight. He's really, really, really good for this type of stuff, just because the health pools work really well with the special 2 burst. So Odin, I feel like, is always going to be very relevant for this type of Eternity of Pain content. And then number 1, dude, I was really impressed with Sam Wilson for this fight. In my opinion, just the easiest, best option for the objectives. So what makes Sam so good for it, right? First and foremost, he doesn't crit, so you're not going to have that extra plasmic buildup. He's the only champion here who does not ever crit under any circumstances. So how Havoc is going to be putting plasma on you is on a special 1 or when you crit, right? So you take one of those out of the equation. On top of that, if you mess up, right? If you mess up against one of his special attack dexes, Sam will auto block, so it's going to keep you in the fight. That actually happened to me during my solo, man. I messed up a special 2 dex, auto blocked, well-timed block on the parry. I actually gained armor ups while messing up the special 2 dex, which was absolutely great, man. So one thing about Sam Wilson, at first I didn't know how it was going to go because Havoc is immune to all, you know, power manipulation. I wanted to go for like special 3 rotation, just keep draining his power over and over and over. But even without that, man, he did not need it, because what's so great about Sam is that he's the only champion on this list that you're going to be gaining armor ups just by attacking. So he's really solid for the fight, man. When I was fighting, you know, Havoc here with Sam, I didn't get a single plasma buildup. I did not get to 10 plasma a single time. But if I did, I would have those armor ups ready to go the entire time. So in my opinion, man, Sam, so good for this fight. Just so good. Stay close to him. You got the armor up to make you more tanky. Bait out heavy attacks. Bait out special 2s. Go into lock on when you're just under 3 bars of power. Or recon scan, I guess it's called with him. Go for your special 2. Build back up to another special 2. Use it again. Do that 2 to 3 times, and you're going to be good to go, man. If you have Sam ranked up, he is so good for this fight. Fits the Avenger tag. So good. Best Avenger for it, in my opinion. Yeah, so if you have these champs ranked up, Sam Wilson for Avenger, Odin for Metal and God, and then Apoc or Warlock for extra large. These are the 4 that I do believe are a solid step above the rest on this list. I just feel like they're really good for it. Honorable mention to Howard the Duck, man. Howard the Duck, really good for the fight. Just throwing it out there, okay? He's large. Who freaking knew? Who freaking knew? I had an alliance mate who used Nimrod, but he was extra large too. He's not. But yeah, the building armor on hit is a really nice utility for fighting Havoc, man. So that's really good. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this top 10 list. Again, you could really use anyone in reason here for this. You just gotta really know how to fight him. That's the main thing. Take this as an opportunity to duel Havoc a lot and really get in the rhythm of fighting him for the future as well. It's a great opportunity. Go in, no energy. It's a big Havoc you can practice against. Use some other options as well. Use your normal Havoc options and just get that practice in. It's gonna be a good time for that. But that's it for this. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop your boy a big old like. Let me know who you use in the comments section below. Let me know if you think I missed anybody. Let me know. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I'll be seeing you around, man.